Hey everyone, it's Ollie here. Obviously I said a couple of months ago when I was waiting for the funding for my Gamete storage that I'd do a video trying to let you know roughly what happens on the Gamete storage. I'm quite glad I didn't do that video and that I have been quite busy because apparently all the information I knew was wrong. I was told that it was going to be IVF treatment once a week for 8 weeks. It's not. It's IVF treatment every day for about a week to a week and a half, depending how you respond. So it's a big difference from what I was told to what actually happens. Basically, for any of you FTM transgender out there that are thinking about potentially preserving the fact that you can have children that are biologically yours in the future by using your eggs through a surrogate, it is a good option. Obviously, you don't want to get to the point where you're at that point in life where you want to get married, you want to have kids, and you come to realise, well, I had that chance and I didn't take it. So that's why I'm taking my chance now. So when I spoke to you last, I was still waiting to find out whether they were going to give me funding or not. When I put my application in through funding through NHS, I was granted the funding about a week later, so my timing was just right with that. I can't guarantee if you apply for funding you're going to get it straight away. Sometimes there could be like a 3-month wait because they only have a meeting about funding like once every 3 months, and if you miss it by a couple of days you have to wait for the next one. So it was all about timing for me. It was good timing. So basically what the Gamete storage entails is a health test at the start, so some blood tests, a transvaginal scan, which for some of you that don't know what that is, it's an internal ultrasound using a probe. It's about that long, only about that much goes in, so it's not that uncomfortable. For someone who has massive dysphoria over that area, I suggest thinking about something else whilst it's happening. I was focusing on the screen, and it's actually quite interesting to see your insides, to be fair, so that kept me nice and happy. So that's basically what they do. I'm currently waiting for a protocol, which is a step-by-step guide on how my treatment is going to go. I have been told it will take about a week for it to get here. After that, I have to arrange for all my medication to be sent via NHS Post. From then on, I will be on what is initially a contraceptive pill for 10 days to make me start a period at the end of the 10 days. So I start my cycle. Sorry about that. Blank. Once at the end of the 10 days, I will then have to go back to learn how to administer the IVF through injections myself, and I will have to inject myself with IVF once a day for about a week and a half, depending on how I take the IVF treatment. So that's not too bad. Obviously the closest clinic to me that they gave me on such short notice was in Nottingham. Some of you are aware that I've moaned in past videos. Nottingham's not exactly close, but it's not exactly too far either. It's about an hour's drive from where I live. But I have to go back. When I start taking the IVF, I have to go back every day for the duration of the time. Between 7:30 and 12:30, so it's going to be a nightmare of a week. And apparently I'm going to be really hormonal, so I'm going to be an absolute arse. Sorry for the swearing there. And then at the end of the IVF treatment, you have I wouldn't really class it as a major operation. There's no slicing involved. It's just the internal ultrasound probe again, but it has a needle attached to it this time to extract all the eggs that you have produced in your ovaries. You will be put under general anaesthetic, and it will take a couple of days for you to recover, so that's the scariest part for me, I think, out of this whole experience. I don't care how moody I get or anything like that, I can cope with that. I'm trying to get some time off work so that I don't have to have the stress of work and the stress of IVF at the same time. But no, so that's the only part that's scaring me at the moment, and that should all be happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks it should all be over. So it's not a long process. NHS funding only covers you for 3 years of freezing. Any longer than that, then you'd have to pay or reapply for funding to get the NHS to pay for longer. But obviously that's a thing we'd have to come to when it got to it. Basically, if you do go NHS, because private isn't cheap, it's about depending where you go. If you go privately, it's between £3,000 and £6,000 for the whole treatment. It's not cheap at all. If you do go NHS funded, there are some strict guidelines. For one, you have to quit smoking, because they won't accept your application unless you're a non-smoker. Unfortunately, I didn't realise that I didn't update my doctors on saying that I had started smoking again. So they accepted me and then got really arsey with me at the appointment. So I have to quit smoking now, which is a lot harder than it seems to all you non-smokers out there. I've tried at least 3 times and I've failed, obviously, 3 times. But obviously, because I'm serious about this, I'm going to have to buckle down and get it done. Also, your BMI has to be within a healthy to overweight. You can't be obese on the BMI scale. Unfortunately, I was 1 over the overweight, so I'm classed as obese, although I don't technically look it. Oh well. So they've asked me to lose the weight and drop my BMI from 31 to 30 as an NHS guideline, which doesn't sound a lot, but it's about 8 to 11 pounds of weight I need to lose. So I'm on a strict diet at the moment of fruit and veg, exercise, lots of exercise, and just cutting out all the junk food and eating small but often, and nothing unhealthy. It's all fruit, veg, salads, all that kind of stuff, plenty of proteins. So far I've done that for 4 days and I've lost about 2.5 pounds now, so it's not working too bad. I can tell a lot in my face and my jawline from previous videos, and my waistline and my thighs seem to have, in my eyes, they seem to have gone down. I haven't actually measured because I don't dare. So yeah, so that's not too bad. Obviously that's that whole treatment. I still have to go back to the Nottingham Gender Clinic every 3 months, so I'll have that afterwards, but obviously I need to let them know once the whole process is done so they can set up the whole hormone replacement therapy situation, so I'm not waiting, so like I've done it and then I've got like a month and a half to my appointment to then wait a month and a half for it to get sorted. If I ring them as soon as it's done, they'll try and get it sorted as soon as possible, and then I'll be able to store hormones as soon as possible, which is great. So I know that's not long away now. So yeah, so basically that's all this video was an update about. It was letting you know what the whole gamete storage entails, what my process is going to be. I probably will do like a little snippet video diary day by day during the whole process, so you can see how crabby I really get. But no, yeah, so that's basically the whole process. I hope that helps anybody who's contemplating it. I wouldn't want to be the kind of person who's put you off. For me personally, if I didn't try and me and my girlfriend wanted kids in the future and I didn't try this and I thought, stuff it, I want the hormones now, I know I'd be the person to regret it in the future, and I don't want people to go through that as well, because obviously, yes, although you're thinking of your life now, you also need to think what's best for you in the future. If you want children that are yours, then this is an option, and maybe it's an option that you can put your treatment on hold for a couple of months in order to sort out, because your eggs can be frozen for up to 15 years, so it's not like at the end of the 3 years you've got to have a child. You can keep freezing them up to a maximum of 15 years. So I've got 15 years now, when I have it done, for me to decide that I want a child. We might never decide it, but it's that possibility that if we did, it's there. So it's like a safety net, really. Basically, yeah, so that's all my video entailed this week. Obviously, when I get my protocol and on my medication, I will do, as soon as I get my protocol, I'll do like a little video. And and I'll do a video diary and I'll upload that next. Obviously I don't know how long that's going to be, I've got to wait for that to turn up. So yes, I hope that's helped a lot of people who are wondering about the whole gamete storage, and yes, I hope to see you soon. Cheers.